Train your mind for peace and purpose every day. That's exactly what Jay Shetty says in his book, Think Like a Monk. Not reviewing this book, but touching up on what he actually goes through and tries to tell everyone. So what I'm going to be doing, not reviewing his book, but taking some of the lessons that he talks about and applying it into this video here. Now, if you don't know, Jay Shetty is someone that's trained as a monk at a time where it could really have been a turning point for him in his career. He could have gone into a specific job. I think he just graduated, but he decided to spend 3 years and train as a monk. Now, instead of pursuing this in the traditional sense, he went back home and took the lessons that he've learned and then applied it in his own life, teaches his values to his audience. I like these kind of books because it's a constant reminder about things that you might just be blurred. You might get so busy in life, you forget, right? We all know that we need to have me time. We all know that we need to spend time with family, with your children, but life gets so busy, life gets so noisy sometimes that you forget. You're so trapped, you get so trapped in your day-to-day that you not necessarily have forgotten, but you're not prioritizing them. You know, I had this moment once when I was auditing my week, my month, and it's some of the tasks that we as business owners set ourselves. I go to these regular catch-up meetings. And they said, well, Ali, you've audited your life, that's great, but can you now have a look at it? And where is those me time? And I realized, well, my me time was basically with my family and friends. Yes, that's great. You need to spend with your family and friends, but again, where's that me time? Where you're just you, yourself, and Ali. That's it, no one else. And that's what this book kind of teaches you as well. It goes how to find your purpose, how to overcome negativity, how to stop overthinking, why comparison kills love, or how to use your fear. Like, I'm not promoting this book, but it resonates with me as being a business owner, where we often forget that we need to train ourselves and remind ourselves to give us that inner peace in business, because business and life is noisy. It really is, and it can be quite overwhelming if you don't have some sort of a discipline. Hi, my name is Ali. I'm a husband, father of 3 beautiful children, business owner, and a professional coffee drinker. And today I'm just going to be discussing about having inner peace in business. What Jay Shetty talks about is that you should be chasing purpose as opposed to status. Now, as a business owner, I've realized that having more money doesn't necessarily make you happy and doesn't make you successful in that kind of way. A lot of people measure success by the money that you make, and I think that success should be measured by the life you build instead. You could be happy in a job making, let's say, £50,000 a year, and you're content. You're able to do those holidays, you're able to provide for your children, and you're happy with that, and that's what matters. But for the more ambitious people, if you want to make more, provided you're not sacrificing on your family life, that is what's key, then you're successful. Don't be overly ambitious where you're chasing these goals and sacrificing on your life. Detach your self-worth from your business. So what do I mean by that? Don't look at it as business is growing, I'm successful, business is struggling, and I'm a failure. Detach yourself from that. That is not how you should be looking at life. Look, sometimes business can go through its ups and downs. That's something, the journey that you as a business owner will need to ride and then need to go through. Yes, sometimes business will fail, but it's how you get back up that matters. As a business owner, you do need to be strong inside as well to ensure that you can overcome those difficult life journeys. Not just in life, but in your business journey as well. Don't let that affect you. And do not equate your business failing with you being a failure. Stop comparing yourself with others. With social media, it's very easy to see what's right in front of us. You don't get to see the behind the scenes. They might make it look like it's behind the scenes, but it's not. Focus on yourself and stop comparing. Protect your peace, protect your sanity, your mind. Just because you can answer every call, just because you can answer every email, doesn't mean that you should. You might be okay in that moment doing that, but to avoid that potential burnout, I urge you to really review what you can and can't do. When you start a business as well, and how you do the business, is the power of serving others really applies here. So if you have a business that really is helping people, you will always ultimately win. Don't be put off by the tenders that you don't win, by the contracts that you lose out on. Be persistent and remember why you started a business in the first place. Because when you are in that presence, in that mind frame of helping others, it will work out for you. And for the inner peace, what also really matters is who you surround yourself with, who you listen to. Starting your day off with positivity really does make a difference. Starting your day with being caring, attentive. Like when you, as a manager, as a business owner, come to work, check in on the staff, how many just go straight into the office and lock themselves in. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do put myself away sometimes from the main floor because things need to be done behind the scenes, which I can't do on the main office floor, sorry. But being attentive, being caring, that goes a long way. For your inner peace, you also need to realize there are things that you can control and there are things that you can't control. Like you can control how many hours you sleep, how you wake up, how you deal with your family and friends, how you come to work, what you listen to. But you can't control the global economy. You can't control what customers say. You can't control the number of calls you get or the emails that come in. You can't control that, but how you handle it, that's what matters. So there's a difference between what you can control, what you can't control, and the things that you can't control. If it's something within reason, you can put processes in place to make it easier. You can do that within reason, of course. Like for instance, if it's inevitable that you're going to get 100 calls every day and there's only you in the office, you are going to be swamped. You are going to be stressed. So what is it that you can do? You can't control those people not calling you, but you can control of how those calls are being answered. For instance, you could look at outsourcing. You could look at employing another member of staff. So there are things that you can do. But the important thing is, just because, and I said this before, just because you can answer all those 100 calls doesn't mean you should. Because easily, just like that, you're destroying your inner peace and you're not concentrating on your own business and trying to make that grow. Real important things in life is your inner peace, it's your family, and it's building a quality of life. It's not about how much money you make, it's what you do with it. Now, I'm not saying don't be ambitious, but I'm saying is do it in the right way. Have processes in place, rely on your staff, have workflows, and then you can make it work, because in business there's a certain formula that you can apply where not everything has to be on you. We talked about this before, that all the responsibilities shouldn't be on the business owner. And likewise, your inner peace is also very important as well. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should, because how are you going to have me time? How are you going to have those moments where you're just at peace? We are not robots, we're not AIs. There's only so much that we can do. And things that it's just so obvious. When you're an employee, you look forward to your break, you take it, right? You take those jobs, you look forward to your lunch break. But as business owners, that seems to go out of the window. We feel like we need to work while being on the business. Now, if you're not like that, then that's fine. Congratulations on you. It's something I'm still struggling with. Love to hear some tips and advice what you go through to make sure that you do go through your breaks and not work on your desk. The days that I do take my breaks, I find it so helpful and so productive, and that really does tell you the importance of having that me time. So remember, for your own sanity, for your own inner peace, life isn't just all about chasing. It's about living in the moment, enjoying the moment, becoming a better person, a better father, a better husband, a better business owner, a better manager for my staff, and enjoying life as it goes along. Life and business goes hand in hand, and if you're giving value, if you're doing something that's worthwhile for people, business will come your way. And if you think you're a robot that will go through anything life throws at you, you'll be in a surprise when it happens. And remember, success isn't about the business you build. It's about the life you live and the time you have for the people that matter most. If you like this video, please leave a comment below, give us a thumbs up and subscribe.